case, kind of the next layer of technology in here, on the human side of things, and also on the medium to larger size animals as well, we're able to incorporate what we call radar. Radar is made by Axis as well, and this radar actually sends an active 330-foot, 100-meter, 180-degree bubble around the substation. So what this does is it's not just tracking inside the sub, but it's outside the sub as well. So what you see here, and then it controls that PTZ camera automatically. What you see here in this video, here's a human tracking. That PTZ camera is automatically tracking based on the radars sensing it. So this isn't humanly controlled. This is automatic. And the great thing about this is, and the reason why this works so effectively is, I'm gonna track objects and people, moving animals as well as people, even outside the fence. Now, when I get inside the fence, I've got these zones. For example, inside the fence is going to trigger the alerts, alert your monitoring center, monitoring, alert them that, hey, something's on the sub. And then they can take the action according deterrence, for example, get on a loudspeaker, speak to the person in the sub. But the key here is, before that ever happens, before anybody breaches the sub, this thing's going to be tracking them long before they get there. So if somebody's walking their dog, no big deal, it tracks them and moves on. Nothing alerts, nothing's happening. However, somebody coming up on a four-wheeler, somebody walking in from the woods, before they cover their face, before they put up their hoodie, before they cut the fence, you're going to be zoomed in and tracking them, which is going to give incredible evidence before the intrusion occurs. And then once they breach that line, that virtual line in the substation, then you're going to get the alerts. Now, the key here is that with those deterrents, being able to get on that loudspeaker and yell at the person, you in the red hoodie, police are on their way, whatever, they're going to exit, in a hurry, but before they go and do a bunch of damage. So, I've seen substations that we installed systems at that before we got it in, they were broken into, and, they start cutting grounds to steal, $500 worth of copper. And if they're lucky, they don't cut the last ground and get themselves killed. But they'll typically do a lot of damage, even hundreds of thousands of dollars of damage on regulators and things by cutting key grounds. So in any case, this solution is going to stop before you're able to deter the intrusion and send them running before you ever start getting vandalism or things happening in the substation, theft or whatever. So that's a huge part of the solution. And then you're going to have great video evidence before they ever entered the sub. So whatever vehicle they came on, potential license plate, four-wheeler description, whatever, you're going to have great evidence for the police, even if they got away before the police arrived. So this radar is an absolutely incredible add-on, and all these add-ons are relatively inexpensive to the total cost of the system, and really add in extra layers. That's also going to do the same thing with animals. So this PTZ tracking automatically, you're going to track larger animals like raccoon size and up before they even enter the substation. You're going to get great video zoomed in on where they're coming from, where they're moving, through everything. So you're collecting a huge amount of video evidence around anything, whether it be animals or people.